Well, I'm trying again. Having some strange moments. One moment. It's there. We are. Technology is whooping my butt today again. I was trying to start. I was taking one of those loopy loops to do. So, welcome. Happy Wednesday Wisdom with all of you. Let's see. So today I was shown or given some inspiration to share about prophetic dreams and visions. I have years of these kinds of experiences, and through the course of my self study and with my guidance, I've come to realize a few things. Number one, many of you may know these things, but in case you don't, take them into the column of, well, what if that's possibly true? Um, One of the things I've learned is that um, there is mostly symbolism in our dream states. They're, for me, they're seldom literal, exact, but they come from memory and from interpretation from the personality self of the events happening around or in that field at the time. So I had, as a child, a couple of recurring that I later found out were memories of another life experience. A couple of life experiences merged into one. One of them had to do with standing on a shore, body of water, and feeling very peaceful, but looking out and seeing a wall of water coming toward me. What we know, I didn't know as a child, called a tsunami. And all the while in this dream, many times I had that dream, I was hearing a little voice saying, relax, just breathe, keep breathing, and walk into it. And my body was having a hard time in the dream state to fully relax, but I just trusted it. And I would walk into it and I would just be just consumed in the water. Not like smacked in the head and falling down, just a sense of merging in with that. Another dream that I had recurring was one of feeling that there were bombs being dropped on me. I would just go into panic. And most of these were childhood dreams. And that I since learned had a lot to do with a World War II life that I experienced, and it affected me both in the daily waking state as much as often recurring dream state. And that was, we lived close enough to an airport in the early 1950s that there were a lot more propeller planes or lower flying jet planes coming in, probably for landing or into that area. And every time I heard one getting very close to the house, I dove under my bed. For years I did this. And my parents were never quite sure what to do with all these little fears that were coming up, because I didn't wake up from most of the dreams or in these states with a full panic, but I soon came back to balance. I also studied that the dream state, the prophetic dreams in symbolism, could mean that there's an experience with some individual in the astral plane or in the etheric planes that is preparing that person for something, and preparing myself for something, perhaps not fully encountering that individual, but the energy of what that represented. Not sure if that makes sense. So there could be that I would have a dream with somebody that I knew in a detached way, like maybe a public figure. And I would be sitting talking to them on a bench or something in a big building and having very heart-to-heart conversations and feeling that there was, I was receiving wisdom, but at the same time giving a blessing. And then there'd be an event that would maybe be more public with that person, and I could see the connection to what that conversation in the dream state was about. Somebody very dear to me has shared over the years many prophetic dreams that, again, were some parts literal and some part reinterpreted, perhaps, but they are gifts when we have that, not some burden I believe we're meant to carry, but opportunity to heal what fears or anxieties they may represent, and to feel that we're doing our part to prepare ourselves and prepare the world for whatever that may be. So that's, I'm not sure, I'm not giving a full course on this because it's just these are thoughts that I was having as Spirit was showing me that in part of my natural line of spiritual gifts, prophecy is part of it. And not to prophesize to the world about things except through the channeling, perhaps, that the messages are coming through in a way that is beyond my personal knowledge and understanding. In fact, probably back when I was about 22 years old, I had an experience where I was by a beautiful river in Illinois and was by myself and having this experience of meditating and being one with the energy around. And I asked my guidance with a deep breath, what is my life purpose? And I had a deep breath and I heard so biblically, that part was frightening because it was like a big voice over the water saying, you are to be a prophet of your age. And that scared everything out of me in the moment, because all I could think of was that all the prophets that I've known of in the Bible or foretelling things didn't end very well. It was sort of a, killing the messenger kind of life, whether it was through religions or cultures around. That later was revealed to me about my gift of bringing forth spirit, because I could learn to let go completely and allow that to be happening. So the prophetic dreams, I'm going to give a final note on that. Sometimes they're not a sleep state, they're a vision state. And it's all about, for me, the key is learning to see and sense what there is in that for my own energetic and human experience that I will benefit from expanding, healing, blessing, or all those aspects. So with that, it's time for me to go wherever I go this time, because I feel the energetic nudge. So blessings and have a beautiful time with Spirit. Oh, I am so pleased to see you, to be with you, to energize your life this day. I am known by some as grandfather, by some as Lao Tzu. I want to tell you that when you find your hearing over and over, whether it is from a spiritual teacher or a physical teacher, or in some way even a, what would you call, a business environment, more and more you might hear. We have to get centered. We have to focus on the center. Let us bring ourselves back to that place where we are in calm and unified in focus. So, what does that mean for you to find your center? Is it a thing you feel physically in your body? Is it a thing you feel, you visualize in your body? Is it to be in your center, focusing on your so-called chakra, solar plexus, or heart? It doesn't matter. What you find is your point to recognize your center, but know that there is also something correlating that we want to say. Your core, as people refer in the dynamics of physical strengthening and so forth. Your core, the body energetic center. That strengthening, that building is by far as important as your spiritual breath itself. How do you do that without massive hours of training? It is simple. Posture. Sit straight. Breathe straight. Stand straight. Breathe into your straight. Body is in that place ready to be strengthened, ready to be powerful, ready to express all things. When one learns what is called martial art, that is big training. It is from this place, what is called core or your center, that you will find you have a place to pivot your body in every direction. You have the place to call upon the chi, to be in place with what is your in and out, what is your flow up and down through the spiral of your life. So strengthening this may ask of you steps beyond sitting or standing in straightness, upright as much as possible. When you are noticing this, when you are noticing this, do you need help to support that by something to brace your spine? So be it. As you retrain your body to be straight, as you retrain your body to be in the core of your life, chi in its fullness. So, when you are there in this posture, consciously feel that when you have your breath, it is all your lung, in your body, filling. And as you are filling that, holding for a small amount of that breath, put focus on that core part you cannot see in this body, in that core part of your body, into that region above the solar plexus, so that you are there using that, the muscle, to exhale that breath. However it is, quick or slow, did you master that place? That is a simple strengthening of that part of your body and your power. Simple. Now, when you have come to posture more, do not say, oh, bad student, you are not doing it. Always be reminded. When you are then in your breath, feeling that all this part of your body, your lung and your core are engaged in the breath, then do more holding breath with that. Don't hold it with the power only of up here, but in that place. Notice that that is the place for breath, far more than here. So it is. Strengthen is then to when you do any movement, you are feeling, as some call it, engaging that muscle strength there. When you are lifting your arms, use not just the strength of that which is in your arm muscle, but the muscle strength, the core of breath in the center of your body. When you are having steps forward, feel that step. When your body is straight, engaged with not holding breath, but breathing with the step. Long stretch, long walk. In place, marching. This practice, it is wise. So, you want more spirit? Strengthen body core. Learn your center. Centering is not just making conscious energy vision of your body being whole and aligned, but putting consciousness to how you are physically in your body aligned. Closing your eyes now, please, for one brief time. Breathe as slow or as quick with any method, using in your nose or in your mouth, with awareness of that part of your body, that center core focus of power. And just notice that place. Can you feel? Some are sensitive to feel a power strength. Can you visualize or see light shifting in that region of the body? This heals all parts of the body. It can help heal what you call gut or issue of physical distortion in your elimination tract of the body. It all the way through, it connects all of these things. You cannot do it just by third eye visualizing alone. I don't believe that's practical, and it is not very quick. It's all possible, but it's not practical and as quick as realizing, even if I'm in another posture than standing and sitting, I maintain my awareness of that place of consciousness where all of it is like the pivot of my energy. So you can bend and still be in the consciousness of that place on your body. You can move every direction once you have practiced identifying and practicing the posture and the breath with this part of your body to the belly, through the belly. You want to build, people do many breaths to help build energy. Some call it the Kundalini breath, some call it other thing. It isn't. I'm not going to attach lots of label to these things for you now. But I know that when you are in the fullness of any breath, your power of that breath doesn't come from here. It comes from here, that place at your core. It comes from you're playing with the unifying core. When you look at what has been called chakras and what is called solar plexus, many reasons for that, but let us just say we're going to refer to the central sun, which is in your beyond the galaxy of your understanding. You're containing that which is the firing of all life. It represents connection to all of life from that place beyond you. You connect with Whether you're thinking or not thinking, your body connects to all of life. When this is shut down, when this is not happy, you are still connected, but you are connecting only through those pieces of life around you that feed that experience until the moment you acknowledge that you are sharing that experience and now can expand your availability and your willingness to know wholeness. Once again, you want to charge energies in a powerful way. Realize your center is your place of power. Does it connect to all other parts of center power? Of course, it does. We're not going to be teaching you this day how these connect, all of them, but this is our focus. From here, you become aware of the other centers and how they support the core and how the core supports that activity, which are represented in them. When you don't know your center, you operate in every part of your life as if the wind blows you and public consciousness directs you, and patterns of ancient control move you. When you know your center, none of those things are more than the places to heal, to become part of, in a bigger, loving way of appreciating expressions of all life. Many traditions of spirit teach that what you think of as God or divine is as much in the bugs that crawl as the animals that of largeness that roam, as much as a leaf on a tree or the trunk of the tree. It is as much in life that you express as anyone else expressing life. And your success in experiencing peace and the wisdom in you is to know that your center here in the body connects to all life around you. And in the center of that, which would be the movement of as above, so below, as below, so above. Do you carry all of that in this place of your awareness? Who would you be without form? You'd all be all of that. Observing form, loving it, remembering it, projecting it. Same thing you do now. So in the wisdom of all time, I am your grandfather, Lao Tzu. So just briefly, I would say my journey today was a sort of a parallel experience to what I was sharing about prophetic dream, because I was um, viewing well, it's hard to put the words in it. I was viewing sort of like, sort of, those of you who are not from my generation or a little bit past my generation might not know what a viewmaster is, but it was almost as if there was these little possibilities or probabilities shown to me of certain energetic things occurring. And from the place that I was given that to see, I was realizing all of it is probability. And it's a shifting of going from defining everything based on only one view to allowing life through the holding the vision of what feels most aligned without judging the other possibilities. So it was big, and I'm processing that still. Well, I am so blessed. Thank you for giving me that today. Well, here we are in summertime, heat of Arizona time, heat a lot of places. And even if you're hearing this or listening and watching this recording months from where this is, I'm going to recommend that you recognize and appreciate however you feel the experience currently around you. Because what I was shown is without certainty which aspect, whether that would be playing into our experience of reality, all of it is happening, and we get to be in that part that most aligns. So enjoy, have fun, and whatever the day is, whatever the hour is, just remember that I have great love and appreciation for you and all of Spirit has with us. Namaste.